before I even went to press record, I was like, yo, I'm like lined up with this tree. That looks so cool. I'm in a different mode. I think I gotta unblock yeah. It's wild. I'm in a different state of mind. I'm just staring at the do-rag line, but I'm in a different state of mind. I think I've truly reached the state of your heart being lighter than a feather. I truly think now that my heart is lighter than a feather. Bro, it's so weird. This PR company keeps inviting me to join them. I don't know why. I don't want to be a part of it. Actually, I don't know. Who am I kidding? New experience or setup experience before you were on Earth? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, this is like becoming my favorite park. I like coming to this park, but I don't know. This video was more of like coming to an understanding of what this whole thing is about. It's so insane. By the way, I got my hands on Moldavite. Fucking amazing. I knew it would come to me when it was ready. And it's sick. I need to come to this park at night and see. But I don't know if you, I don't care. I was about to say, I don't know if they'll kick you out or something like that, but honestly, man, this is supposed to be God's green earth. Who's this? Something just... Bro, they sent me a text message, too. They're trying to... Maybe I'll see what it's about. I wonder why they're trying to get me so bad. It's weird. Anyway. Let's get into the video. Let's stop wasting any more time. Let's stop. Okay. I feel like I'm at a different level. I definitely do. But I'm asking myself, in hitting this new level, what was the cost? You know, like how everything has a sacrifice or everything has a cost. Like, was what I sacrificed and what it cost me really even worth what I know now? Sometimes I don't think so. You know, I'm waking up recently like, bro, I would trade the ability of having prophetic dreams for anything under the sun, right? At least that's what I think. Until the prophetic dreams show me shit that would save me if I was able to maneuver a lot like how I was younger. You know what's something I'm starting to realize? Is as you get older, and I feel like I noticed this from a young age, and that's why from a young age I was always looking for the one girl I would end up marrying. As you get older, you realize how much time doesn't exist, by how sometimes the years will fly by or drag on. And you'll realize how much time does exist. I really hope I just said that correctly and not backwards, but how much time does and doesn't exist. I think from a young age I was looking for that one special person because I truly knew the treacherous path of that you go down with this shit called love. Not only that, it's only one form of love, but yeah. And just putting so much time into someone, so much time into what you create, whatever it may be. To have it fall through, that shit's crazy. The first person to say nothing lasts forever is insane. Even if you're married, even if you're together, everything will have its at least its point of transformation or altering, because this never ends. So nothing ever lasts forever is true and not true. We must be talking about the point that matter changes, because we're all gonna die. So even if you're in the best relationship and you're married and you're together forever, it doesn't technically last, but it does last. It's funny, it really is true. All truths are half-truths, and all paradoxes can be reconciled. That's a paradox in itself. Nothing lasts forever, but it does. Because you can back that shit up. This school that we call Earth, this fucking aviation organic training simulator that we're all in, many versions of it. I definitely think that other versions of this school exist. Now, I've done so much research and I can't tell if Earth is the... I hear so many different perspectives. I hear on one end that Earth is the place that souls want to incarnate. Like, you're lucky if you even get dropped on this motherfucker to do the inner work. Then I hear others saying, this shit's a prison. I'm at the point where this could be one gigantic, realistic fucking Lego. And I've let go so much. I think I'm at the peak of letting go, man. I came across information, like, I never grew up like this either, because from my reality, my perspective. Now, that's something to reveal at the end of the video. But I just realized, I honestly have noticed found out for myself that you are your biggest enemy. There is nothing outside of yourself that is a bigger enemy than you. You are your biggest enemy. Your mind is the only way out. Your mind is truly the only way out of this. You are your biggest enemy. The biggest enemy will be you. They show us in so many forms of media, whether it be some cool fantasy show we want to watch, whether it be from Dungeons and Dragons that we play, from anime, from it could be anything. It's so many forms of media. So many different forms show you that the shadow self is ultimately the one you're battling here. Your brother's keeper, the story of Cain and Abel. You're all these things. All of them. It's all you. It's all you. It's so crazy. And I noticed it. Wow, this is so beautiful. So I don't know, well, from my perspective, because I just got to this park, but this funny, a monarch butterfly flew by. But there's this homeless man over to my left at the park, and the only person I seen go up to him. That's gonna sound wrong. I won't say that. I feel like there's definitely, I'm gonna say this like in code. I definitely feel like there's beings here that naturally have compassion and want the balance of all things. I definitely think that there's an organic group and an inorganic group from everything I've learned. I'll just say that. They have compassion and empathy and care and have these feelings for each other naturally deeper than them. And this organic group tried to teach that to the inorganic group so we can live in harmony. And I definitely feel like we lived in harmony. I had this grand, amazing, beautiful conversation with my roommates. They're more than that. They're my brothers, of course. It's not just roommates, but about this whole thing, creation itself. And ultimately, it boils down to one thing. I truly know now, in my heart, that the imagination is God. Your imagination is God. Your connection to whatever you believe, the source, whatever it may be, the universe that is in you. That's why people, you shouldn't be shocked when you see the universe and you see the nervous system and you see a beating heart, and you can find these beating hearts prevalent in nature. It's not an accident. It's all by design. This is one big, beautiful thing. And the whole joke is all of this is a map back to you. Even this tree sprung behind me and how it's lining up with the camera, that can mean something. I wouldn't even know. But I'm out here doing it, and it's symbolism. It's funny, you remember how in the beginning of the video, like, those things were popping up like that? This PR company trying to get me with them. I'm seeing so many notifications pop up while I'm doing this video, and I'm like so separated from so much. That's why I named this video Heart Lighter Than a Feather. I'm at the point where I'm disconnected from all of this, man. I just laugh it off. This is definitely a simulation that we all created for ourselves. Dreamers to dream together, to not feel so lonely. And that's, I guess, the point I was getting at earlier in the video, where I was saying, like, the time you put into stuff, the time you put into people. It's not accidental. I want to say one thing, even though if you are a person who's watching this video and you feel like you got some things, I would say like this. If you truly believe that the person you're with, you could work through things with, and you could truly grow, and it won't be detrimental to both of you, but it's not going to be an easy path, but you guys work through whatever, don't break up, work through it. Work through what you can. Because we created this game, we created this system so we could experience life together and be separate and have all different cool forms of life. And I said that at 1333. We created this organic dream, organic simulation so we could exist, live together. Maybe someone even came to just observe. But this shit gets so deep for me that I'm starting to even realize this. And I'm starting to realize why homeless people have some of the greatest lessons. Is that, to some degree, when you've lost everything, outside the mind of being programmed from society to have all this materialistic stuff, and then the materialistic stuff isn't really bad. It's when it hits an extremity to where it is overcrowding your life, almost like hoarding your life. But making materialistic things and living your life the way it is, if you want gold chains and shit, it's not bad, whatever. Weren't the Egyptians decked out in gold? But my point is that I understand why homeless people have the greatest lessons, because I feel like to survive that kind of lifestyle, you truly have to be separated from everything. Even if you're a hardcore lover boy like myself, whatever you guys are in, whatever your heart is truly held on to and stands in its like conviction, and when will not give to this certain way of life. I feel like when you have really when you really go through the apocalypse of the heart, it just all starts clicking that you can't be emotionally connected to this shit. And I truly understand the saying, heart lighter than a feather. But if you know you got your issues, and you know that you being in someone's life is really hurting you, rather than, blah blah blah, and it can't be one of those things where you grow together, leave. Let that person find, like I said, letting go will allow you to realize that this whole game you created for yourself to be in abundance too. Hands down. I've shown people, I've shown people literally, when you let go, you will receive. And it's hard to let go. Some of you motherfuckers are gonna let go of things that were really good for you because you couldn't get over your own shit. Hence why we have such a bad culture of relationships and shit. Or bad, I don't know. Not in my perspective though. Not in my reality. I haven't really witnessed too much craziness. I've had my fair share. I haven't had the wild shit where cheating back and forth, doing horrible, just straight up, just vile, in my opinion, vile shit to each other. Just bro, don't cheat, just let that person go. Look at how easy that is. Instead of bringing us to a point where we want to go to war with each other, maybe some like war, maybe some came here to experience war. That's what I'm saying. I'm so removed from what may be and what may not be. And I feel like I've been put in such a zen state, especially after getting Moldavite. Listen, I've realized even when I tell people that now, hey, look, I got Moldavite, now this shit is sick. It's still my power going into Moldavite. If we are a part of space and we're the universe, and they say Moldavite falls out into the atmosphere from the space, and there's only one meteorite that came here, man, that's a piece of us. If our brains and our consciousness are fragmented into all assets of reality and we are all over, then this is just another part of us. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Another thing too, it's just so crazy to me that I don't know. I truly actually don't know. I don't know what to say next. It's just truly crazy, the realizations I'm starting to have. I feel as though I truly have hit my limit with what type of bullshit. Funny enough, acronym BS bullshit is also belief system. I've hit my limit on what I need to experience to know what I do not want to experience, or just I will not put myself through. I've hit it, man. My intentions are always pure with people. It's funny. Certain people have went to psychics about me to see if my intent is pure, and they right off the bat will say, yeah, that person that you're with, pure intent, good intent. You could read me because I don't care. And it's funny because from a young age, I never cared about any of this shit, bro. Even when, I used to always say that I don't like competition. I've never liked competition. So, it was funny when I started realizing, the NFL and baseball and all this shit was one big-ass distraction, but, the biggest thing is keeping y'all fighting against something or having something to argue about, blah, blah, blah. And, well, some of that may be fun. Some people take it serious to the point where, they'll literally hate another person over a player or over their favorite player or over their team. And I think the point is entertainment. Understand what is entertainment and separate yourself from it before you get stuck because your heart isn't lighter than a feather. How could you be so pressed over shit? Like, and that's why doing reaction videos was type hard for me at times, because it felt like I was faking, but I was genuinely letting myself flow just so the video felt more real. But I wasn't truly attached to any of this, you know. And for y'all though, for y'all who truly know me, I'm doing this for a way deeper reason. And yeah, and that's just it. I'm doing this for a way deeper reason. It's something that I got to work out in my own consciousness. But yeah, man, like, who cares? Just enjoy the journey, enjoy the entertainment. There are times where I've watched things where I'm like, yo, the villain's got to win in this story. You know, the villain's got to get his dubs. Oh, now the hero's got to get his dubs. And just enjoy the story for what it is. I've seen, seriously. Because truthfully, I think I'm at the point too where I'm just starting to realize that there's no heroes and villains in this shit. There's all people with just very extremely different points of view that they clash with one another. Now, I do feel like corruption is a thing. I feel like corruption is something that's not really talked about too much. Well, yeah, it is. I don't feel like it's chaos, but I feel like corruption is something that is the thing that's in the middle, right? That takes what someone would call evil or good to an extreme. A good person can get corrupted, and an evil person can get corrupted. So what's the corruption, right? I think that's the thing that, sometimes I always come back to it, that I think to myself, like, maybe that is the work. Maybe that's the work that I'm meant to be doing, is figuring out, holy shit, where's the root of the corruption of what happened here? Because there are people that believe, okay, as above, so below, as within, so without. But by saying that meaning and knowing what that means that this is also paradise. But it's true, though. There's a lot of places on Earth that you can go that have breathtaking views. That's to each their own. Maybe some people don't like seeing views. But there are certain things like Niagara Falls. I went there. Beautiful. Just water pouring off. Just a waterfall. Big-ass waterfall. But the thing is like, you would imagine there would be the gates of heaven in the center of the waterfall, like, opening up with bright-ass light. So it's like, as above, so below, right? So then this is supposed to be heaven and hell. And funny enough, I'm sure you know this, there are moments and points in your life where you feel like you're in heaven. That's why people be like, that's why the literal saying is, I feel like I'm in heaven. Or people say, I feel like I'm going through hell. Well, if everyone's so stuck on affirmations and words having meaning, what do you think you're saying? What do you literally think you're saying? Think that's an accident? No. I think this is heaven or hell, and whatever comes after, right, if this never ends, is whatever is you're creating and whatever you focused on the most. And I think the purpose of having your heart lighter than a feather is so that you don't create a heaven or a hell, right? You create, which someone could say this is heaven for them, but you create something that is truly of your making, where both sides of you are unbiased. It's like, or it's in a way, I guess, what I mean by saying unbiased. It's just like where you're removed from whatever sort of thing was here, you like purely. And I think that's also the root of how the law of attraction and manifesting, blah, 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 reality being an emotional mirror. That's the one I like. I've adopted that now. Reality being an emotional mirror. So much. I've adopted the shit out of that. I love it. And I just truly believe that it is, man. In every single experience I've had, if I'm in an emotional state or something, I get upset, bro, the next 5 minutes would be hell. I'll stub my toe, hit something, a video won't upload, this, that, etc. And it's just like, oh, wow. It's just crazy to me. It's insane. And I'm like, oh, hands down, this is happening because of my state of, like, mind. So truly, think your heart has to be lighter than a feather to create whatever world you want to create, because you know this here if you're chasing something that you truly believe in. Your heart has to be lighter than a feather because you're facing yourself from all the self-doubt, all the fear, all the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's really hard to fight yourself when the external, a place that doesn't really exist when you close your eyes and when you really go within yourself, is also fighting against you. But then if everything is cause and effect, you realize that the outside world is fighting you because you're fighting yourself on the inner. So now you're fighting against the external world and you're making more turmoil within yourself because inside yourself is the one that created the external. That shit's insane. It becomes one big, gigantic tornado of fuckery. Complete fuckery. And it's insane because you gotta overcome that, man. You gotta overcome that, or you literally can't create any world you want. And that's the funny thing when people realizing they're one with Source, or they are the Source, or they are God. Well, then if you're God, you have to understand that the setting that you put yourself in for this story is where you're meant to be. To be a God, I think, is also to accept where you're at. It's truly to accept where you are at. Because yes, a God is a creator. So you need to get to the bottom of your past stories about yourself, or how all of what you created currently could have came to be, and understand and take accountability and responsibility for that which is in your front view right now. Because you can't just go, if I'm a God, then why the fuck am I here right now? I wouldn't have created this. Well, yes, you would, because this even got you to the point of realizing that you were a God. And not only that, let me say this. Accountability is so fucking powerful, because when you can take accountability for shit, and I'm really realizing that's another one big, huge thing that I will always preach, is then motherfuckers don't get blamed. Say you're in a situation where you're living with 10 different people, right? And each person has their own duty to fulfill to keep this whole system running, right? Now, what if 5 of those, or even 1? Honestly, the less is even better to I guess, you can even say this is how Among Us or games like Who's the Traitor really shine, or any game where you're supposed to deceive the other players and there's 1 traitor or 2 traitors, really comes into look how accountability plays a role. And I'm not saying obviously if someone's being deceiving or being deceptive, that they're meant to cause that disruption, but look at it as in a way as if they weren't meant to. They're not trying to, but they're still not taking accountability for what they do. So you got a group of 10 and 2 of the people are not pulling their weight, but they don't want to take accountability, so they're blaming everyone else. And then it's it gets so to the point where it becomes chaotic, to where you've got these 2 people maybe convincing 2 others in the group, and then they start blaming 2 others in the group, and then everyone's like, bro, what the fuck? Where's the root of this? Where did this start? Let's get to the root. Let's get to where the problem started. Anyone want to own up to where this shit started? If someone's just fucking up a bunch of shit for the group, and the 2 who started it don't take accountability, they're already pointing fingers. But if you have the eyes to see, if a person starts pointing fingers or whatever signs or tells that they give you, then you'd be like, oh, okay, the root started with you. But then here's what sucks, and why taking accountability is so important. If those people are so deluded in what they believe in and won't take accountability, you're never going to get through to them. So the problem will never fix until they can really take accountability for themselves. Because you truly can't fix anybody. You can only set seeds, and that's why hope's such a bad thing, but have faith those seeds grow. Have faith those seeds grow. It's you spill some milk on the table, you blame it on your brother, or your cousin, your family member. We've been there, some of us, but we've been there, Some of us have been honest from the jump. I'm not saying that shit's impossible. But, if you've been in that scenario, it's there's a different type of feeling, almost like a satisfactory feeling to the ego for taking responsibility for certain situations you're in and certain things you cause. Remember, I feel like also a lot of things take two to tango. So, you know, certain things come up where both sides need to take accountability. But for sometimes when it's just like one-sided, taking accountability will save you from so much headache. And that even jumps back to the relationship thing. It's like relationships with anyone, whether it be business partners, you know, partners, etc., etc. It's like, say one does the other one dirty. Instead of just being that snake and moving on, first let's reach an agreement, let's communicate. Then be like, okay, say I played you, this is what I did, I played you, taking accountability, I'm sorry. Here, now let me give you your cut. Or maybe not, maybe that's enough for you, because usually that's enough for people, just a sorry. But the genuine sorry, the genuine, true from the heart, make them feel that you mean it type of sorry, not just a, yep, I'm sorry, okay, now it's off the shoulder, we can move on. That's not an apology, not in my eyes. Just a way to avoid. It's like an avoidant thing. Oh man, this thing is wild, man, but I'm telling you, my heart is now lighter than a feather. I'm not emotionally connected to any of this. I'm not surprised if I meet someone and like things go wrong, but you know, signs show me like, alright, this person, you know, needs some healing, needs to sit with themselves, needs to do this, and they act a certain way. I ain't even gonna be surprised. I'm gonna be like, roger that. Thank you, higher self. Move forward. And truly know what is for and not for my energy. I'm going to take accountability for knowing the things I know and letting the things happen to me that I let happen to me. That's another version of taking accountability. Taking accountability for wanting to know how this whole thing works or how this universe works, then getting them answers and not liking it or just not applying it. How to take accountability for being a dumbass. I know how this shit works. I know that I have to not watch carefully as being paranoid, but just move carefully, because not a lot of people are operating on this frequency, and this message isn't even going to be able to resonate with, you know, some that watch. Some may just think this is another video of a guy just talking some stuff on the internet. But then those who actually get the message are going to be like, oh shit, this is some life-changing shit. And yeah, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Park's getting a little bit quieter, but it's been a lot. And truly, I'm still studying the Moldavite properties. I'm experiencing it for myself so I can make my own evaluation on what Moldavite does. But for the most part, I've definitely seen a change after I got this for boosting my power. And yeah, definitely seeing a bit of a change. I definitely do believe things have sped up, man. Oh, I said that at 3333. Definitely things have sped up while wearing this. Now, I haven't been felt fucked up, but you know, everyone I come across so far who has realized this is Moldavite has said, yeah, it's got to be a strong person to possess that. It's got to be a strong person to wear it. Honestly, you know, I think those are things that just feed the ego. Can y'all see that? It's like a big ass, look like an eagle or like a hawk. Look huge, large wingspan. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that'd be my ego if I'm like, yeah, man, I'm a strong person. I got to possess this now, man. To me, it's just a space rock. To me, it's really just a space rock, but a space rock with some, you know, mixed with my powers, then it does something. Then it's an illuminated space rock. That's my favorite color too, man. I love fucking green. And it also reminds me of the rifts that you would close in Dragon Age Inquisition, man. Love it. So, definitely how I feel about it, I feel like, you know, your intentions and the way you hold something to you, like a really special teddy bear or something, that has meaning. So To me, it has meaning. When I obtained it, I love the people I obtained this stuff from. They are awesome, truly, truly dope souls. And at first I was like, nah, man, is this Moldavite? Then I did my research and looked, and the back, the etchings, the bubbles, the fingerprint in it. I was like, oh my fucking goodness. It truly found me. And it felt even good when I held it in my hand, but I just was like, my mind was trying to rationalize, did I actually finally come across it? I was so proud because I was like, from just all the stigma behind Moldavite, I was like, could I even handle that shit? I'm hearing people say it fucks you up. Bro, for me, I literally got on stream. I felt myself. I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna stream, but I'm gonna just turn it on and see what happens. I was only planning on doing like an hour. In that 2 hours, I get rated. Dope ass people come, get a bunch of followers. Oh my gosh, I'm like, bro, fuck the work I'm about to do with this. I guess my belief is so strong in it actually working that it's honestly just gonna benefit me rather than it not doing anything. And also recently, my heart palpitations have stopped, and I realized that I think that was also a clear sign of my heart now becoming lighter than a feather. Truthfully, after the palpitations stopped and I started to get more of a fire within my heart, it just feels so good. Oh, it's that is an awesome dog. This is such a beautiful dog. But yeah, man, and I'm just here, just vibing. Oh, I'm watching. We're hitting the 37 mark, but yeah, all this to really just say, let your heart be lighter than a feather. Don't be emotionally connected to these things, and yeah, just truly don't have emotional connection to this stuff. It's so. I definitely feel like that should get you trapped in a lot of shit, a lot of attachment. Such a beautiful dog. But yeah. I love it.
It's a lot to wear her out.
Yeah. She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
Ethel. Yeah, that's a beautiful dog. What kind of dog is she?
She's a poodle.
Poodle. Oh, fluffy.
Standard poodle.
Wow.
If she were groomed up, she would look really good.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fluffiness.
If she's brushed out, she really looks like a poodle.
Oh, okay.
I like her like this, though. She's a tomboy. Ethel, hey, that way.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, yeah.
Sometimes she loves to run over to the picnic area.
Oh, over there?
Yeah, she knows where there might be food.
Oh.
She's pretty smart.
Yeah, I can see. How old is she?
She's going to be 9.
9. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Ethel, get your ball. Get your ball. Yeah, a lot of energy for 9.
Seriously?
They have to be run around and really put time into it every day.
Wow.
Otherwise, they just get so anxious at home.
Yeah. I want to show you guys the dog before I get off. Hey. Look at you.
She's going back to where that squirrel was.
I see.
There she goes.
Oh my gosh.
She loves it.
Yeah, she's so beautiful. Sweet, that was really cool. Just had a really dope conversation, and I got a video of the dog for you guys. So lovely, fluffy little poodle, man. Well, big poodle actually, and that shit was awesome. And learned about that dude's career, man. He seemed dope. He works with what was it? He works with horses, but he doesn't ride anymore. So like the equestrian stuff, that was sick. That was pretty cool. And yeah, I forgot what else. But we started talking, and he was like, oh, so you do like the videos and stuff like that, and photography. And I showed him a little bit of my stuff, and Lunar Was Lost. And my dude said, hey, I got this camera thing, like, if you would like, I'll shoot you like a link later to what it is. And he said, yeah, I haven't been using it, but it's like this thing that tracks you as you record, or it's like this little attachment. He was trying to explain it, and he said like it moves, or it moves around, it'll move your phone, and like there's like an app you get, and it just, yeah, I was like, oh, that's sick. And see, it's just little things like that, little synchronicities like that, and how I was just explaining that we didn't build this game to be alone. Like, that's what I'm saying, like, letting go. Like, I let go and just came to the park today after something. Like I said, this is funny, but like I was telling my cousin, I feel like I'm at such a high, but at the same time, I'm at such a low with some of this stuff. Like, cool things keep happening to me every single day. Look at what I said, Moldavite. It's like speeding up certain aspects of my life. I think I'm actually experiencing that. And then just cool things, but also like experiencing some things. It's like the sacrifice part is having really hard things happen to me, like too, not hard, but things that are like really put your heart to the test. But I think like this final one definitely hit me like, okay, now you know what your energy does. You know how people feel around your aura. You know these points, these facts to whatever character I'm playing. And it's like, just ride this character out. Even though I know I'm playing a role and I'm much bigger than this flesh suit, play my role out. Yeah. Here we go. Much love and moonlight. I won't keep y'all here too much longer. I fucking love that. I love that just happened in the middle of the video, because that shows exactly what I'm talking about. We built this experience to be one, to enjoy stuff like that. And if I'm in the universe just to float in power of infinite imagination, I'm bored. What am I gonna do? I gotta create a game. That's why I love that I'm a gamer. I gotta create a game of connection and relationships between people. I love that. And I got this little bug right here. Where you going, buddy? Look at him. What? Running. Going back and forth. Couldn't make up his mind. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm gonna be out of here. Very cool dude that I just met. And yeah, I'm gonna head out. Love you guys. Remember, let go of stuff. Let your heart be lighter than a feather. Know what's for and what's not for your energy. And yeah, you know, I truly feel like this year I'm getting closer to someone who's about to be in my life permanently. I don't know if I already met them, whatever, but definitely somebody I've been waiting for, or, you know, that I've been building this own prophecy for myself. One of the cool things about Moldavite that I was told is also, when you know you're dealing with authentic Moldavite, when they polish it, they can't get rid of certain marks that are on it, and we're there. So, all right. I'm out of here. It's Lunar. Love y'all guys, and peace.